For many weeks, Oji kept Chaik, her secret lover, hidden in the mansion. Their goal was simple. Oji needed to get pregnant before the end of the month. She treated Chaik like royalty, giving him everything he desired. During this time, she completely ignored King S. She gave him no attention, no affection, nothing. But the king, under the spell of the love portion, didn't even notice. He was no longer in his right mind. He would often stumble into the room, see OJ and Chaik together, and just laugh before leaving, as if he was giving them his blessing. It was a bizarre and heartbreaking sight. One day, after the king had once again walked in on them and simply smiled and left, Chaik couldn't hold his tongue. "It's like the king has gone completely mad," he said, shaking his head. "He behaves like a total fool. He sees me in bed with you, his own. Well, he sees us and says nothing." I actually feel sorry for the poor man. Oji, however, was focused on her plan. "The love portion is working too well," she admitted. "He might really lose his mind completely, but I'll deal with that later. Before it gets too bad, I'll figure out how to help him. Right now, the most important thing is for me to get pregnant and give him a child. Once I have his child, I'll find another native doctor to break this spell. I just hope all this time we've spent together results in a pregnancy. If I can give him a child, I'll take him back to the palace and help him reclaim his throne. And when he's king again, I'll finally be his wife, the queen." Chaik looked skeptical. "Are you sure about that? Do you really think Queen Amara will just step aside and let you take the throne? I heard she dealt with one of the chiefs who dared to oppose her. You need to be very careful, Oji. Queen Amara is a dangerous woman." But Oji was brimming with confidence. "Leave the queen to me," she shot back. "My destiny is to be queen, and she can't stop me. I'm dangerous too. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to take her place. She's a barren woman. She has no right to sit on that throne. I will get pregnant. I will have the king's heir, and then I will find a way to heal the king. Once he's back to his senses, he will fight alongside me to take back what's his." Weeks turned into a month, and Oja's plan seemed to be working perfectly. She missed her period. She was pregnant. A wave of joy washed over her. But it was mixed with a strange realization. The king, in all their time together, had never been able to get her pregnant. She now understood that it wasn't the queen who was barren. Something was wrong with the king himself. So, it was never Queen Amara's fault, OJ whispered to herself. The king is the one who can't father a child. This new information didn't change her plan. It only solidified it. With Chaik's purpose served, she paid him the money she promised. He had no interest in her or the child, and was happy to leave the mansion for good. Oji was now alone, but she was more determined than ever. "My next step is to break this curse on the king," she declared to the empty room. "I need him back in his right mind so he can march into that palace with me." The very next day, she began her search for another native doctor, someone powerful enough to reverse the spell. She remembered a man from her home village, a powerful spiritualist named MB, known for his potent charms. Without telling anyone, she packed a bag and embarked on the long, full-day journey back to her village. When she finally arrived at MBE's shrine, the air was thick with the smell of herbs and incense. Before she could even speak, the old native doctor looked at her with knowing eyes. "You gave a love portion to a king," he said, his voice raspy. "And now you want to break the spell. The portion has grown too strong, and the king is losing his sanity. You want it to stop working. You want to take the queen's position. You want to become the queen. I have the solution you seek." Oji was stunned. He knew everything. "Yes, you are right," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and hope. "I'll pay you anything. Just give me the solution, and I'll pay you handsomely. I'll even bring you more clients." MB name. "His price, 1 million naira, and the job is done," he stated calmly. "But you must understand, it is a 50-50 chance of success, and it comes with a condition. If I break this yoke, the king will stop loving you. Instantly, the love will vanish, and in its place, a powerful hatred for you will grow. So, are you ready to proceed?" Oja's heart sank. "He's going to hate me. Completely? Is there no other way? What's the point if he hates me?" I want him to marry me. Will he still marry me if he despises me? She asked, her voice pleading. There is no other way, Emby repeated, his expression unchanging. We are removing the magical love he feels for you. Nature demands balance. That love will be replaced by hatred. I cannot say if he will marry you. That is for the future to decide. Are you ready? Oji felt tears welling in her eyes. This was not how she imagined it, but she was trapped. I have no other choice, she whispered, defeated. Do it? She opened her handbag, which was filled with cash, and counted out 1 million naira. She handed the stack of money to the native doctor, who took it with a slight smile. Emby then reached into a dusty earthen pot and pulled out a small packet of a black, powdery substance. Take this charm, I instructed. Mix it into his food. As soon as he eats it, the love portion you gave him will be destroyed. Oji clutched the charm, thanked the native doctor, and left the shrine, her mind racing. When she returned to the mansion, she went straight to the kitchen. She prepared a delicious egusi soup, the king's favorite. With a trembling hand, she carefully mixed the black powder into his serving. She brought the food to the king, her heart pounding in her chest. The moment the spoon touched his lips, his entire expression changed. His eyes, once glazed over with a foolish love, suddenly cleared. They burned with a cold fire. The charm had worked instantly. The spell was broken. He lifted his head, his face a mask of rage. What am I doing here? He growled, his voice low and dangerous. My king, Oji said, trying to keep her voice steady. Calm down and eat. I will explain everything later. But the king was not listening. In a blur of motion, he stood up and struck her across the face. Not once, but 3 times. The slaps were so hard they sent her stumbling backward. I asked you what I am doing in this place, he roared, and you tell me to calm down. Have you forgotten that I am your king? The slaps threw Oji completely off balance, her ears ringing. Just as the native doctor had warned, the love was gone, and the hatred had begun.